Hey team, got something a bit different for you today. So today we're going to be talking about Jeet-kune. And you might be ask, what is Jeet-kune? So Jeet-kune was the martial art essentially that Bruce Lee came up with. So he was kind of a bit over the whole traditional methods of say like Wing Chun and karate, and he was like, well, why don't we take those things and then just merge the things that actually work really well together. And that's how he pretty much came up with Tao Jeet Kune Do on a high level anyway. So for those who don't know, I trained Jeet Kune Do for about 2 years, almost a decade ago now, under Ian Andrews, who was trained under Patrick Strong in the States, who was one of the first generation students of Bruce Lee. So essentially, technically, I am a third generation student of Bruce Lee, which is kind of cool when I say it like that. So it was definitely an experience. So you're wondering why did I try and do that? So it was kind of funny old story. I was at my buddy's house, like my mate's house, back when I was like 19 years old. And I was watching a Bruce Lee movie, and I'd never seen any Bruce Lee movies. And I was a bit drunk, and I was just like, holy crap, that is amazing. I want to try that. I want to do what he's doing. It looks insane. And this guy is absolutely shredded, and he looks absolutely amazing. So I was like, did a little Google search, and I was like, Jeet Kune Do in the northeast of England, where I'm originally from. And yeah, I found Ian Andrews' page. He had this old little internet page, and it's still the same web page today. You can find it. I think it's called combativearts.net. I'll link it in the description below anyway. And yeah, this like thing gonna come up, and this email address was Kung Fu Cat, and I couldn't find anything else on the internet about it, or like any Google Maps or anything. And it kind of felt like almost like a little secret organization. It was kind of interesting. I was a bit scared when I first went there. But I messaged Ian, was like, hey, Ian, I was like, I've been watching Bruce Lee movies and stuff, and then like, I'm really stoked about it, man. I want to get into this, and like, what can I do? And I turned up to this the church, and I think it was, I can't remember, it was in Pallion, but yeah, Pallion in Sunderland. And I came in, and then all these guys were just like, like telephoning it and like fighting, like sparring each other with the logo. It has the actual like, I don't know if it's the insignia of Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do on it, on the t-shirt, and then it had like obviously the Sunderland Combative Arts on the back, and it was like awesome, man. I was like, whoa. And I remember the first couple of weeks, man, I was fucking terrified. I had loads of anxiety going there, but like, man, the things you learnt was so cool though. Like, and I remember like turning up to work, my office job at the time, and like skinned all my knuckles because when we were sparring, we didn't actually wear gloves, so that was quite interesting. So I had scars on my knuckles for quite a while. I think they've actually faded now, so I've probably got really soft knuckles over the time. But yeah, such a great experience. I feel like everyone should at least try some sort of martial art, just because the things that you learn, it's not all about like the violence and like the fighting and stuff. It's like the actual things that you actually learn, like being aware when you're walking around on the street, not just putting your head down. So when you're walking across the road and like you walk up to a bunch of lads and you've got your head down, it doesn't make you look like an actual target. I know in today's age it's like, oh, well, that shouldn't happen anyway, you shouldn't get attacked, but the bad people exist and there's nothing you can really do about it. And obviously, if we were taught, like, don't get into a fight if you can, like, if someone pulls a knife on you, what are you going to do? Run away. Like, why would you try and fight that person? That would be ridiculous. But yeah, just things that you would learn, like, just very street aware skills that I just kind of feel like obviously it's stuck with me now and it's a decade later. So anyway, I'll grab the book and we'll... Alright, so Tower of Jeet Kune Do. So I got this on my 20th Christmas. It was actually quite hard to get a copy of this, but I managed to source a copy of it on eBay back when, like 10 years ago or something. And this is such an awesome book, man. Like, the information in here, like, reading this alongside the actual training was like super beneficial because I was kind of like putting the theory to what I was learning in practice almost. Obviously Ian was an incredible teacher, instructor, and like he would teach you some amazing stuff, man. And like it was pretty much my first introduction into like training with weights properly as well, because while I was doing that, I was doing lots of push-ups and stuff, and like I was doing like holding onto my bed and doing leg raises and things, and then I went and picked up a second-hand dumbbell, like a barbell bench set, and I was doing like bench presses, like the worst form in my garage, and I bought a kickboxing bag off Ian, and it was awesome, man. But anyway, I'm going to read something to you. So from the first page of the Tao of Jeet-kune, there is a quote from a Taoist priest, and I'm going to read it out to you. This is really cool, man. Into a soul absolutely free from thoughts and emotion, even the tiger finds no room to insert its fierce claws. One and the same breeze passes over the pines on the mountain and the oak trees in the valley. And why do they give different notes? No thinking, no reflecting, perfect emptiness, yet therein something moves following its own course. The eye sees it, but no hands can take hold of it. The moon in the stream, clouds and mists, they are mid-fair transformations. Above them internally shine the sun and the moon. Victory is for the one, even before the combat, who has no thought of himself, abiding in the no-mindness of the great origin. Training is one of those most neglected phases of athletics. Too much time is given to the development of skill and too little to the development of the individual for participation. Training deals not with an object, but with the human spirit and human emotions. It takes intellect and judgment to handle such delicate qualities as these. Training is a psychological and physiological conditioning of an individual, preparing for an intense neural and muscular reaction. It applies discipline of the mind and power and endurance of the body. It means skill. It is all of these things working together in harmony. Training means not only knowledge of the things which will build the body, but also knowledge of the things which will tear down or injure the body. Improper training will result in injuries. Training then is concerned with the prevention of injuries as well as first aid to injuries. Right, so that's super interesting. So this relates to any sports, whether it be lifting, running, anything, even skateboarding. There is an art to everything that you do, and it's both psychological and physiological conditioning. Yeah, bit of a tongue twister. So we'll go and look quickly highlight his fitness program. I'll put it up on the screen here. So on his fitness program, he had alternate splits, push-ups, running in place, shoulder circling, high kicks, deep knee bends, side kick raises, twisting, sit-ups, waist twisting, leg raises, and forward bends. So it seemed like he did a lot of stretching exercises essentially and bodyweight exercises also. So Bruce Lee obviously wasn't just a bodybuilder. He did a lot of things that would help him with martial arts itself and obviously build the endurance around that in his body. Alright, cool. So the fun stuff you've probably been waiting for anywhere. It's supplementary training that Bruce Lee actually ran himself. So he has something called one sequence training. So the sequence would be just the days of the week that he would actually run this specific fitness program. So sequence 1 is Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. He had rope jumping, forward bend, cat stretch, jumping jack, squat, and high kick. So I'm guessing this is more of a bodyweight exercise regimen that he would go through. Just general like endurance and general flexibility and so on. So, and that obviously goes into sequence 2 on a Tuesday, Thursday, and a Saturday. He would do a groin stretch, a side leg raise, a jumping squat, shoulder circling, alternate splits, and leg stretch, A and B. So yeah, I imagine Bruce Lee did a lot of like isometrics and stretching, just mainly because are you seeing the kicks that he does in those movies, man? Like holy crap, that dude had to be really flexible. And so he also did a lot of forearm and waist training. So waist training just means like his torso and like his abdomen. And obviously his forearm and his grip strength, because obviously being a martial artist, grip's quite important, as in like he would do like, I don't know if it was specifically a specific type of wrestling he would also do alongside his Jeet-kune, but yeah, obviously grip, being able to throw people and grapple people and so on. So it was definitely important for him. So waist twisting, I'm guessing that would be some sort of like oblique movement that he used to do. Palm up curl, I'm guessing that's some sort of, I don't know, like a palm up curl. Some sort of bicep curl that trains his brachialis, potentially. I'm not sure, actually, on that one. Roman chair, which is a back extension. Knee drawing, which I believe is a core exercise where you just do like knee raises on the ground. Side bend, I'm guessing you would have like weight a barbell on his back, and then he would do like bends. So obviously different oblique training. And yeah, and palm down curl. Oh, so these must be just bicep curls, so supination and pronation curls. Sequence 2 on a Tuesday, Thursday, and a Saturday. He would do leg raises, reverse curl, sit-up twist, leverage bar twist, alternate leg raise, and a wrist roller. So yeah, if you know what these exercises are, I'll put them up as videos as we go along. And power training. Yeah, so this is proper like barbell training, yeah, like dumbbells and stuff. So you do the press lockout, a press start, a rise on toes, a pull, which I'm guessing is like some sort of rack pull, a squat, I'm guessing in a barbell squat, a shrug, so just a shrug with a barbell, and a deadlift and a quarter squat and a frog kick. He also then goes on to talk about warming up, and I will put the warming up on the screen. So he talks about warming up reduces the viscosity of muscle, its resistance to its own movement, and improves performance and prevents injury in vigorous activities by 2 essential means. So I'll put that on the screen. But anyhow, that is the gist of it, and then it kind of goes more into the actual like fighting stances and so on. So yeah, I do recommend getting this book if you are interested in it. It's definitely a really good book, and it's also a good coffee table read if you have a coffee table, so there you go. But yeah, I feel like everyone should at least try some sort of form of martial arts in their lifetime, even if you are a bodybuilder, a powerlifter, a skateboarder, a mountain biker, a runner. It's just that awareness that you build, and obviously you want to be able to defend yourself if you have to at some point in your life, and obviously your loved ones and things like that, you know. Yeah. Have a great day, everyone. That was a fun one for me anyway. Hopefully it wasn't too boring.